Welcome everybody to Hero Meetup 29, Justice for Hire's 29th Hero Meetup. It's a huge deal. It's a real testament to where we've grown to as a community. And we're going to kick this wonderful experience off today with a special screening, a sneak preview screening from Guru Mer Kaba, a champion of our previous filmmaking competitions that we've had with, let's see, the Superhero Kung Fu Extravaganza. He won that one. And we currently have the upcoming Warner Media Urban Action Showcase event with a deadline of September 9th. And that event will happen on November 4th and 5th of 2022, but you can submit your action scene remake right now on justiceforhire.app and be considered for the wonderful prizes that are happening at this, our biggest event ever in New York, in Times Square in New York. So it's gonna be fantastic. We're going to screen Guru's action scene right now. And let me pull this screen share up. But I'm Jan, and we have Guru Mer Kaba on here. We have Autumn, aka AK Wonder. We have Andra. We have Ragdoll, and more folks will be coming in as per usual. And share screen. Here we go. All right. And without further ado, the premiere. The sneak preview of Guru Mer Kaba's submission.
Master AJ, with pleasure. Jan and the team sent me to train, test. I'm not really sure. Yes, the superhero. I mean, I don't tell me. What makes you super? Can you fly? No. Well, at least I don't think so. You don't look very. In fact, I'd love to see some of your skills. Impressive. Pretty quick, but I think I'm quicker. Look, man, I think it's just the title. He was instead. Fast. Quicker than me. Oh, come on. Wait. You gotta dig deeper. You gotta just breathe. Come on, man. We can work together. I said we can work together. Together. We can do this. Together. You know what? You're right. Apologies. I don't know what got over me. It's okay. I understand. You know what? Let's go grab a meal. I know this great fun spot.
I love that. That was amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, that was really, really fantastic, Guru. Can you, so just to clarify everybody, so this is part of the action scene remake competition from Justice for Hire and Urban Action Showcase. And Guru, can you tell us a little bit more about the inspiration, what scene you remade, and what your just the process of you creating this with
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So this scene I took from Jackie Chan's Super Cop, because I feel like my character, I want to shape him into more that style of martial arts and it's cinematic martial arts, you know, where it's both parts equally badass and funny. I have a ways to go before I can start doing the things that he does. But I took from the scene when he after he's recruited to become their quote super cop, he ends up meeting with I feel like a few of their like training. They go to the training compound, excuse me, and he ends up meeting like one of their best, soldiers, police officers there, and they end up, wanting to do like a demonstration, and he gets like pushed into this, and like, a funny but cool fight ensues, like where at first he's like apprehensive about it, and then he's like, well, I guess this is what we're doing, until he's just like, how do I get this to stop? And so my process was, I kind of learned from last year that it I didn't want to do a shot for shot remake like I did before. I wanted to take the scene and kind of, what would it be like if this was in the JFH universe, if this situation, if this storyline. So like I wanted to keep the story itself, the storyline itself, and like the components of it, but I wanted to put it in the JFH universe. And so I tried to see how does Guru fit into this narrative, like what's the whole situation. Well, he gets recruited by y'all to become the quote superhero for this really special mission, and everyone in the community has already kind of like they've heard about it. And this scene was kind of like, instead of me going to your training compound, it was more of like, this is what you've announced, hopefully, let me know if I'm pre-announcing it, but as like the space for official JFH training and whatnot. And so there I show up and I'm like, I'm supposed to like test or train or something. I'm not really sure why I'm here, but I'm here. And like I understand that I'm a part of this thing, and then you kind of see that, because like Master AJ is phenomenal at what he does, and a really good like a phenomenal martial artist. And so like, I feel like in that moment, with a little bit of my own personal Guru storyline of like, you'll find out more later, but there's these entities that start to kind of influence and infect people, but they find way through people's um darkness. I don't want to follow along that line, but yeah, like they kind of trap onto people's darkness and kind of amplify it. And so this scene was that jealousy becoming amplified in it, and kind of, whereas the scene in Super Cop was more about being macho and showing off and being like, well, like I'm better than you are, and he's just like, oh wow, this guy looks really big and like he's gonna beat me. Like, no, let's not do that. And take that and make it Guru. It's like he's in this place, and this like phenomenal martial artist is upset for some reason. and uh, and and then the whole time he's trying to get to his singing bowl, so that he can kind of like do what he does, which is using the sound bowl to kind of like get into people and into their behind their mind, sort of, to allow for like more suggestions or things to be heard deeper than they would if you're just saying, hey, stop hitting me. You know, it's like, you know, that's part of what Guru uses. But yeah, I hope that answered the question.
I really loved there were a few moments in there where you really got it's a very particular physical humor, action humor that Jackie Chan established, and I think you're bumping with your butt at one point, but it was that kind of it was the rhythm of it that I was just like, oh, the first time I saw it, I was like, okay, that's definitely Jackie. I loved it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that was something that actually AJ was teaching me about. So he was telling me about, you know, the different styles and how they're picked up on camera and how there's a rhythm to it all, and different actors or martial artists had different rhythms. Jackie had his comedic rhythm. It was like a ha ha huh, huh, ha, ha. You know, like it was that sort of rhythm and roll. And uh I think he was telling me a little bit more about, like, you know, Bruce Lee and Wing Chun and kind of like that kind of pacing as well. So like kind of getting into that, you know, in the beginning and then quickly switching up, being like, hold on, let's not, you know, let's not fight.
Just
So yeah,
giving a shout out. That's AJ
yes,
right here.
Master AJ.
He's an incredibly talented AJ Collado, incredibly talented martial artist, and just really wonderful human being. And he's working with a action designer from the John Wick team currently.
Yes.
Really cool. And,
Oh my gosh.
some of the stuff they put together is great. Can you just talk a little bit more about? You said you know he was describing the different types of choreography. Can you expand on that?
Yes, so he was explaining to me the different styles for different martial artists because he asked me what was my core style of fighting for my hero. And I said I'm more trained in judo, but I like to pull from Wing Chun and kind of like do like a blended style a little bit if I need to be up close and personal, or if we need to, you know, redirect and whatnot. And so he was kind of telling me, he's like, okay, so what kind of feel, what kind of vibe are you trying to get? Because understanding the pacing of a fight will also let you see the, I like to compare it to dancing. You like to see the pictures or the images that come out of each of these moves and stuff. So as you're kind of like cycling through, you saw that like I grabbed the bowl, he grabbed the bowl, then he goes to hit, I block, and it's like one swift movement. So like he hits, I block, and then I grab the thing and hit him on the head, and then I like distorts him around and I push him, and then I get to do my little booty bump so I can get my bowl and use it the way I need to. And it's like there's like, as I mentioned before, the huh, huh, hey, and that's the only way I can describe it, because like it's the feeling intensity that I roll through, like, or at least what I watch from Jackie is like that. I'm gonna get this thing. Oh no, somebody's coming. I gotta stop this. And then I'm gonna strike and then keep rolling with it. Yeah. But yeah, he was saying that. So yeah, different martial artists have different styles that they use when filming. Like Bruce Lee, it was very fast. You know, when you know he was doing his moves, it was hit da 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 ha 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 do 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 do. Like it was, there was like a specific pacing to it that allowed you to know, like, this isn't comedy, but he's gonna hit you with one in the middle of it, like where somebody comes up behind him and he hits with a back fist, like, you know, um, and like, you know, simultaneous to that, a little fun fact is the reason why you hear so much yelling in martial arts films is because that's how the next stuntmen were alerting the main actor that they were going to attack next, and so they knew who to attack and what they needed to do and what was going to happen. And so yeah.
You're gonna spark a whole debate on no socks with sneakers.
Actually, funny enough is I had to do that Be- because I didn't want to wear socks on the mat, and I also didn't want to take off my socks for the camera. So I just kind of like had my socks on inside, and I had them off just enough so that when I pulled my shoe off, that they came out, and then you didn't see them come off of me. So it was in order to save time and film.
Well, it's burned in the canon now, so no escape.
Guru does not wear socks with his sneakers. That's some stinky, sweaty sneakers. Yeah, those Nikes need to get sprayed.
You also could have had a slow motion shot of him taking off the socks.
I could have. That's a whole different genre of movie that I think I'll save for probably an in-app video.
That's I was just driving and heading back home, and thinking about just uncommon real moments for action scenes, to start off action scenes, and I definitely think pulling off the socks.
There's something super vulnerable about pulling off a sock, especially in public. Like, I feel like
I
it's
think
actually
also
very
about, I think it's part of
vulnerable.
showing your feet as well is part of that vulnerability.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I could see taking off your socks being super vulnerable. Like, huh, look at, oh, it's my ankles, my toe.
And then you
I
gotta
think that,
balance. And
yeah,
then
you gotta
that's
balance. I don't want to fall
yeah.
over.
Whole thing.
It's
And then
a
do you leave
whole-
them crumpled? Do you fold them? It's like a lot of choices there that show a lot about the character choice.
Exactly. You'll know about a lot about a character by the way they take off their socks and what they do with them.
A cinematographer I worked with in years ago had mentioned to me something that made him feel like Wolverine was incredibly humanized. And a comic book he read, a graphic novel, I think it was a Wolverine Elektra love story from maybe Frank Miller, I'm not sure. But he was saying that in the first few pages, Wolverine, he's in the snow and he doesn't have any shoes. And the narration is Wolverine talking about how cold his feet are, and how that really made him identify with Wolverine in a way he hadn't before. And this is, he was in my dad's place. My dad has the place is surrounded by comic books, so he just pulled something off the shelf and got that experience. So I thought that was important to share. But Ragdoll's got an important announcement today, and some ideas she wants to share as well. And Guru, thank you for that again. So grateful for that level of work associated with JFH. So it's really wonderful to see, and just always so grateful for you. And welcome whoever just joined as well on iPhone. Oh my God, it's JP. Introduce.
How we doing, friends?
Welcome, everybody. JP is one of our winners from Comic-Con, one of the 10K development deal and production deal winners from our Comic-Con.
Hey.
And he is he's really developing some amazing stuff. JP, can you tell welcome? Can you tell everybody a little bit about your character, what you're doing, and then we'll jump on the Ragdoll's announcement.
For sure. So my character deals heavily in spirituality and the African pantheon. So it's like a lot of inspiration from power sets that are actually usually derived or at least heavily taken from when it comes to superhero culture. A lot of the things that the feats that you hear of the like Greek gods, the Egyptian gods, those are all passed down years and years and years of storytelling. And so this character kind of taps in on that. He develops the power to access memories through touching of inanimate objects, but he finds that that's because he accesses these different powers as he's presented with these different versions of gods from the African pantheon, the Orishas. So it deals with a lot. Time travel. There's a lot of like hand-to-hand combat. He starts to develop more powers over time as he starts to figure out more of who he is. So it's this big. It's kind of like a universe within a universe. So there's a lot going on, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a really really like deep character.
JP, I'm so happy that you're on here with Guru. Guru just screened his action scene, and we may do another screening before we finish up.
No. Oh, okay.
But Guru is the character that I was mentioning to you when we first met. I'm like, there's one somebody in particular that I really think you need to collaborate with, and who's I think character set. I think just to team up with you guys would be really interesting. So Guru meet JP. And JP, could you give your hero name again?
My hero's name was Ibino. It's actually it's in modern Nigerian. It actually just means offensive, but it's derived from Yoruba, which is to mean like wrath. You know, so this character has a lot of anger from living a bunch of past experiences and lives and trying to make a lot of changes on behalf of the Black community. So he ends up becoming like, as an adult, his mindset is kind of like almost like Rorschach or like the Black community's Batman, where he's just very his spirit is weathered, you know, and so he becomes like the wrath of the people. So he becomes this much more violent guy. We kind of watch him go back to, you know, becoming a much more softer version of himself, and much more like the person that he was when he discovered his powers, that kind of thing.
Beautiful. It sounds like a really important. I mean, not just sounds like, but you can feel the importance of that journey, and so I'm just so excited to be a part of expanding upon that with you, and I think we all are.
So glad to be here.
And Ragdoll, so good to see you. Please let us know what you're working on, what you want to bring into JFH. Ragdoll, if you don't mind, I'm going to just recap that for everybody from what I heard, because that sounds amazing. That you are doing a circus grappling match and are looking for more contestants, and that they could DM you at Ragd, RAGDZLL. Did I get that correct? Kind of. Okay, I kind of got it correct. And if there's something I missed, please let me know, because that sounds it's just so everyone knows, those who might once again, everybody, it's Guru Mer Kaba's birthday. It was yesterday, so happy birthday to Guru.
Happy birthday.
So for those who haven't seen Ragdoll's content and how she crafts a very particular tone, I think everybody on here has. One of the coolest things about JFH to me is that each hero really has their own world, and the intention really is to make sure that the integrity of those worlds is consistently maintained, and then we have a bridge that essentially allows us to cross over, and that bridge really is the JFH app. So when it comes to Ragdoll's content and the tone, it's very particular and there's an ethereal sense to it that I love, and that is that there are many other layers to it, and so I think Ragdoll, you having some form of like action grappling match with that tone that you've already established, to me is going to be I'm not sure if you've ever heard of Red Princess Blues. But Red Princess Blues was a, JP, you've heard of this?
Mm.
Okay, so Red Princess Blues, it was originally designed as a starring vehicle for Paula Garces from Harold and Kumar, and I think it came out in multiple forms. There was a cartoon, and then there was a live action that did not have Paula. I think she voiced the cartoon, and then there's the live action. But there's a very particular circusy kind of dark world kind of tone. But then it has this like incredible action, and that's a testament to the filmmaker whose name I will look up again, who I've spoken to several times. But Ragdoll, what's going on? I see your hand up.
Oh, I have to check that. I didn't say grapple. I said cinematic match. How WWE was doing their big event matches in 2020.
Did you said a cinematic? I missed that one, Ragdoll. I was attempting to slow that's why I'm closing my eyes so I can really pay attention to the pacing of the language. Well, I will play that one back a little later. And for those who don't know, Guru alluded to this earlier. We now have a Los Angeles sponsor for action for training, and that's Shaolin American Self-Defense Academy, where Guru's film was shot. So for those of you who are in Los Angeles, know that is our, or in California in general, but that is our LA home. And everybody's welcome to come and train with us there. JP, am I going to see you today at 7 p.m.?
We're on today? Perfect.
Yes, we're on today. Yes, so I'll see JP, Nick, and Patrick a little bit later today, and we're doing choreography, we're doing training, we're doing some character work, and it's a huge deal. And if you're in New York, we have New York Sanda, also known as New York Best Kickboxing. And so if you want to train, go reach out to Sifu David Ross over there and let them know that you're part of the community, and they will train you. And that they have amazing programs over there that not only get the body in shape, but the mind into a wonderful place. And they do expert action choreography. And of course, if you're in Texas, check out John Machado, Allen, Texas, Dallas, Texas. John Machado Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu of the very esteemed Machado brothers. The professor has been a dear supporter of Justice for Hire for many years. He's stepped in front of the camera for JFH many times, and it's an amazing ecosystem they have. So whatever your style is, know that regardless if it's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school or a Sanda, kickboxing school or Shaolin American Self-Defense Academy, it doesn't matter what your style is. It really matters that people know that you're part of JFH, and they're going to come in and they're going to work with you, and they're going to help you find the best of what you do and bring it into their ecosystem, and so that you can bring it into your character and story. So that is happening now, and JP, we will see you tonight. And sure. And when we are working on some stuff, guys, I want to take today, and this is the 29th Hero Meetup. And we definitely see that our 30th is going to be we're going to make that a milestone. And I want to take a moment with everybody to really appreciate what we've achieved as a community, and especially for all of you guys who watch this after the fact on YouTube. Check into that app regularly, justiceforhire.app, and really look at the growth that we've had since the app launched last February in 2021. And we've been doing this. We just hit our 4th year of doing JFH as a community produced series. So I think it's really important for us to look at these last several years and where we've come, and how it's been a short amount of time, but it's also felt like a long time, because what we're building is value that lasts for more than a few seconds. Value that lasts for more than a film, and it is absolutely a community, and it's absolutely a new type of filmmaking. Like this is we are together pioneering, and I think it's really, really important for, I think, Angel Spit said it best in our 2020 Heroes Uniting Worldwide meetup for the Urban Action Showcase, that pretty much I'm going to misquote him, but he was saying that it's the Wild West, and that whatever we choose to do, we're right. We are together pioneering something, and therefore everybody who's stepping on board is a genius. And and when I hear even the way Ragdoll is addressing us today, like that, there's brilliance in that, and how we can look at someone else's brilliance and say, let's build upon that brilliance. Like that, I would do that differently, but I'm inspired by that. So let me take that in and find out what comes out of me to continue to level up my experience and our community's experience. And I think if we keep that in mind, where we're going to go is pretty much beyond imagination. And I think that's really where we want to be. We want to be pioneering in a way that gets us to all of us as a community to a place that we all want to be in consistently. And especially being here in Hollywood and recognizing how much is so often overvalued or undervalued, and the disparity that creates in general human interaction, where being loving and kind and respectful to a fellow human being may not be in the options that were considered, when it doesn't matter what your experience level is. It doesn't matter if you're a director or a producer with 30 years experience, or if you're somebody who has never done never shot anything even on your phone before, and you come into our community. Everyone's at eye level. And it's really important for us to stay at eye level, because the second we start feeling like, oh, well, I've done more than this person, and therefore I'm better for any particular reason, then we're not recognizing the value of like a shared experience. Because a shared experience really means that while you might have expertise over here that is at an incredibly world-class high level, that other person has something that you don't know about. And that thing you don't know about is where the learning needs to happen. And the second you plug into that and can start to expand that in your heart, it's a two-way street. That person starts getting access to your expertise, and that expertise starts to level them up. And so it's really like the tide rising all ships. And I want to just reaffirm the community intention to build in that way, because it's been our biggest summer ever. And when we do these hero meetups, we haven't done a hero meetup all summer, and it's because we've been out there actually making stuff. And we used to do these in person in New York, but then this summer we had a really intense, really amazing summer. So we're bringing the messaging back to, hey, let's get on Zoom together. Let's meet up and let's collaborate and share ideas. I think it's just really, really important. So I just wanted to take a moment for that and set that intention, and share as much love as I can with each one of you, because you guys inspire me every day. And these are all, pioneering as a community is a challenge. And so it is challenging, and but the inspiration that you give me helps me personally to push on. And so I'm deeply grateful for everything we've built together. So thank you guys. And I wanted to keep this session today fairly short. But does anyone else have any thoughts or ideas or anything they want to share for your character, for your story, for where we're going as the community narrative, etc.? I know Guru had to jump for his birthday celebration.
No, nothing on my end. Anything, I'll probably just talk to you about it in a bit.
Awesome. Well, guys, so grateful for each one of you, and everybody who watches on after the fact. We love you guys too, and you, of course, justiceforhire.app. That's where all the creativity happens at its core. Justiceforhire.com. If you're just watching this for the first time, you're like, oh, what is this? And so you can learn a lot on justiceforhire.com. And of course, ReelwUrld. That is our company producing Justice for Hire. It is the first social film studio It's Justice for Hire as a cinematic universe, of course, but it's a cinematic social network is how we actually make all this work. And so being that this is patent pending technology that we built and we're still expanding it and we're expanding our teams and all this, and this is it is a long-term investment for us. So check us out, check us ReelwUrld.com, but we're also raising on WeFunder. So you can actually invest and own part of the company, own stock in the company on WeFunder.com/ReelwUrld. And that's ReelWurld. So check us out and always feel free to ask any questions, share any thoughts or ideas. And, we're massively responsive. So love you guys. And I'm going to press stop on this record. And